When I was a kid, I had a job, at least in my own mind, and that was to make my mother feel better. She was kind of very ill in many ways, but I felt a need to make them feel that their life was worthwhile, that they did something special just by the very fact that they brought me into the world. Yeah. So from a very young age, I wanted to convince them that I was a miracle. And then I wanted to convince the world that I was a miracle. And now I want to convince the world that I'm just like them.
My father could have been a great comedian, but he didn't believe that that was possible for him. And so he made a conservative choice. Instead, he got a safe job as an accountant. And when I was 12 years old, he was let go from that safe job, and our family had to do whatever we could to survive. I learned many great lessons from my father, not the least of which was that you can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance on doing what you love.
You know, we lived on the road in a van for a while after we were in the worst jobs of our lives, and we were making money, and we decided to quit because we were turning into monsters. We lived in a van and we're happier than we had ever been, you know, and I guess that taught me that you know, to trust the universe.
I believe in manifestation. I believe in, you know, putting a rocket of desire out into the universe, and you get it when you believe it. You get it when you believe you have it. And that's the key, is like people still, they sit around going, when's it going to come, when's it going to come, when's it going to come, when's it going to come? And that's the wrong way. You're facing the wrong way, you're facing away from it. You have to go, it's here, it's here, it's here.
I used to go up to Mulholland Drive every night, sit on the side of the road, look out at the lights, and go, I'm a popular actor. Every director wants to work with me.
I had nothing at that time, so it was like, but it just made me feel better.
And I used to like open my arms and imagine things, you know, things that I wanted to come in my way and stuff.
I used to sit up there, you know, open my arms and imagine a giant funnel of gifts
would come right in
from the universe.
I would drive home and think, well, I do have these things. They're out there. I just don't have a hold of them yet, but they're out there.
And I actually wrote myself a check, and this is for real, this is not a joke.
I wrote a check out to myself for $10 million for acting services rendered.
$10 million per picture.
This is
by Thanksgiving 1995.
Wow, look at that. This is the actual, don't wreck it. No, I don't want it. This is silly.
I guess, you know, what I own, when you think about it, is my faith. Yeah. That's what I own. Faith in the universe, faith in myself. Yeah.
I was driving down Melrose Boulevard by the Improv. I saw this psychic palm reader sign, and she gave me a reading, and she said, you're about to do 3 things, 3 movies that will be very, very, very big and very important, and after that, it will be impossible for anyone to knock you down from that place. Shortly after that, I did Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber.
Lloyd! You guys! Enough!
That little thing in my pocket was realized.
Yeah,
the actual
that's
check?
the actual check I wrote myself 4 years ago.
And what happened was, basically, a few months ago, we did the deal for The Mask for $10 million.
Just before Thanksgiving 1995, I found out that I was going to make $10 million on.
I also understand that you put that check that you'd written to yourself in the casket with your father when he passed. Is that true?
Yeah.
Because it really was his dream, too.
Because it was kind of our dream, you know, together.
Life is but a dream, and that's really the truth of it. It is a dream, you know. Absolutely. So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. It's as if some unseen force is working in my life, protecting me, guiding me, dancing right along with me. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. I guess there's no way to prove it. It's just a feeling I have that I'm not alone. I'm the proof. that you can ask the universe for it. I used to believe that who I was ended at the edge of my skin, that I had been given this little vehicle called a body from which to experience creation. And though I couldn't have asked for a sportier model, it was, after all, a loaner and would have to be returned. Then I learned that everything outside the vehicle was part of me too. And now I drive a convertible.
I knew what I wanted. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to be a famous actor. But what do they want? What do they want? What do they want? What do they want? And then one day, in the middle of the night, I woke up out of a sound sleep, like sat up in bed and went, they want to be free from concern. And the light bulb went off.
Painting is one of the ways I free myself from concern, a way to stop the world through total mental, spiritual, and physical involvement. But even with that comes a feeling of divine dissatisfaction. Because ultimately, we're not the avatars we create. We're not the pictures on the film stock. We are the light that shines through. All else is just smoke and mirrors, distracting, but not truly compelling.
I think what makes someone an artist is they make models of their inner life. They make something physically come into being that is inspired by their emotions or their needs or what they feel the audience needs.
I like the independence of it. I love freedom of it. No one else tells you what you can or can't do most of the time. And there's an immediacy to it. Art has to be service, you know, it's like you're servicing your subconscious, and at the same time, you're doing something that someone's going to relate to, hopefully.
I don't know if Jesus is real. I don't know if he lived. I don't know what he means, but the paintings of Jesus are really my desire to convey Christ consciousness. Everything speaks to me. It's the weirdest thing. Every movie I've gotten in my life, I could trace any movie, and I could tell you somehow how that was the absolute manifestation of my consciousness at that time. I was Truman. I was in the bubble at that time. Peter Weir knew that. He cast me because of it.
Hello? Come in, Major Burbank.
Eternal Sunshine was so much, I was very heartbroken.
And she looks at me like she doesn't even know who I am.
Excuse me? Can I help you find something, sir?
And that was really just about that feeling of, my God, I have to erase this from my mind.
My name is Joel Barish, and I'm here to erase Clementine Krasinski.
When I met Michel Gondry, he looked at me over lunch and he said, oh my God, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful right now. You're so broken. I love this. Please don't get well. You know, because the movie wasn't shooting for another year. So he asked me not to get well. That's how fucked up this business is.
I was on Prozac for a long time. Yep, I was on Prozac for a long time, and I'm not sure. It may have helped me out of a jam for a little bit. I had to get off at a certain point because I realized that, you know, everything's just okay.
No peaks and valleys.
There are peaks, there are valleys, but they're all kind of carved and smoothed out, and it feels like a low level of despair you live in, where you're not getting any answers, but you're living okay, and you can smile at the office, you know, but it's a low level of despair.
And you don't take any of them, or you don't take anything now?
Nothing. I don't take anything. I rarely drink coffee. I'm very serious about no alcohol, no drugs. Life is too beautiful. You know, it's really, you know, the fact that we are already enlightened, we're already complete, and it's just realizing that you're complete. Once you realize you're complete, then this life and everything in it becomes a play of form.
something to toy with and play with and make something good out of.
I don't exist. So they're all characters that I've played, including Jim Carrey, including Joel Barish, including any of those things. They're all characters. So a friend of mine who's a spiritual teacher has a really good take. His name is Jeff Foster, and his take on it is that they should change. You should think of the word of depressed as deep rest. Deep rest. Your body needs to be depressed. It needs deep rest from the character that you've been trying to play.
Right.
Sometimes I still have the groove cut in me that wants my hair to look nice.
Right.
It's an ancient thing. Yeah. There's still ego there, but I don't. I'm finding that ultimately the freedom from it is something people are kind of hungry for.
Right.
They're like, I don't want to be me either.
Right.
And I go, well, great, because you never have been.
The very next night, I went to the Comedy Store, and the first thing I did was say,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and how are you this evening? Alrighty then. Like that. And it killed, slaughtered. Suddenly they just roared because they knew I didn't care. What I had decided in that moment in my bed was they need to be free from concern, so I'm going to be the guy that's free from concern.
If you were going to go back to stand-up, and you said something about there's no Jim Carrey to sell anymore. Could you explain to me what you meant by that? I wrote it because it really stuck with me. It really resonated.
I think that it resonates because it's the truth of everybody, We spend our whole lives trying to invent ourselves and trying to figure out, what this is, and it's just a collection of abstract ideas, from your ethnic background to your nationality to your, whatever, all of that stuff. Those are all ideas you've been given.
Exactly.
You don't have a soul. There's no you, but I feel like there is a soul, and it includes everything.
Yeah.
And when you wake up in the morning and you feel like I'm the universe, you don't have to reach for the stars. You can just let life happen.
Yeah.
And walk through the doors.
We'll have to wrap that. Sorry.
Thanks very much.
I'm sorry, you've run out of time.
How's it going? Good.
I just wanted to see what would happen if you stayed until they got tired. My soul is not contained within the limits of my body. My body is contained within the limitlessness of my soul. One unified field.
You're on a spiritual journey, period. And we're all going to end up in the same place, if there is such a thing. And maybe there isn't. Maybe there's just this and that's it. There's me in the teacup, that's it. There's us. We're the universe, man.
There's no meaning to any of this, so I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
They're celebrating...
you gotta admit it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating icons, boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. I don't believe in icons. I don't believe in personalities. I believe that peace lies beyond personality, beyond invention and disguise, beyond the red S that you wear on your chest that makes bullets bounce off. I believe that it's deeper than that. I believe we're a field of energy dancing for itself.
Jim, you got really dressed up for the occasion. You look good.
No, I didn't. Was
that an accident?
I didn't get dressed up.
Who did?
There is no me.
There's no you.
No.
We're not here. This is a dream?
It's just things happening. And there are clusters of tetrahedrons moving around together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's happening in our world right now? Because there is a lot of news that actually is relevant that's not that
Here's
uplifting.
the thing. It's not our world.
None
That's
of this
the
is
key.
real?
Nope.
So you're just passing
We don't
through.
matter. We don't matter.
Oh, wow.
There's the good news.
I woke up and I suddenly got it. I understood suddenly how thought was just an illusory thing. And how thought is responsible for, if not all, most of the suffering we experience. And then I suddenly felt like I was looking at these thoughts from another perspective. And I wondered, who is it that's aware that I'm thinking? And suddenly I was thrown into this expansive, amazing feeling of freedom from myself, from my problems. I saw that I was bigger than what I do. I was bigger than my body. I was everything and everyone. I was no longer a fragment of the universe. I was the universe. And ever since that day, I've been trying to get back there. It comes and it goes. It's like riding a wave. Sometimes I'm on, sometimes I'm off. But at least I know where I want to go. And that I want to take as many people with me as I possibly can, because the feeling is amazing.
So where I hang out with Buddha and Krishna and, you know, all those guys.
Are you a
Jesus.
Buddhist?
I'm a Buddhist, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Christian, I'm whatever you want me to be. You know, it all comes down to the same thing. You're in a loving place or you're in an unloving place. If you're with me right now, we cannot be unhappy. It's not possible.
There's just a relative manifestation of consciousness appearing, and then somebody gave him a bunch of ideas. They gave him a name and a religion and a nationality, and he clustered those together into something that's supposed to be a personality. And it doesn't actually exist. And none of that stuff, if you drill down, is real.
I've stepped through the door. The door is the realization that this, us, is seaside. It's the dome. This is the dome. This isn't real. You know, this is a story. There's the avatar you create and the cadence you come up with that is pleasing to people and takes them away from their issues, and it makes you popular, and then at some point you have to peel it away, and you know, it's not who you are. At some point you have to live, you know, your true man. I mean, Truman Show really became a prophecy for me. It is constantly reaffirming itself as a teaching, almost as a real representation of what I've gone through in my career and what everybody goes through when they create themselves, you know, to be popular or to be successful. And it's not just show business, it's Wall Street, it's anywhere. You go to the office and you put a monkey suit on and you act a certain way and you say a certain thing and you lie through your teeth at times and you do whatever you need to do to look like a winner. you know, and then at some point of your life, you have to go, I don't care what it looks like. You know, I've found the hole in the psyche, and I'm going through, and I'm going to face the abyss of not knowing whether that's going to be okay with everybody or not, you know. And at times, you know, just like the movie, they try to drown you in the middle of that abyss. They go, no, be the other guy. You told us you were this guy. You told us you were Andy. You told us you were Tony Clifton. You know, no one can live with that forever.
What this documentary means for your life and for your career?
It means we're all going nowhere. It's a big pageant of nothing rising out of nothing and happening for no one. And once you understand that, all the pressure's off, and you can just enjoy yourself.
I think it's important to make the project for the love of making the project. Whatever happens, however much money you get, or you know, whatever it turns out like, it's about having fun in the moment, enjoying the process, and that's what I really do. I really do enjoy the process. I have the best time ever when I'm working.
So what have you got to boil down to?
Be in the moment and like live now, because this is all there is, and enjoy now like a child, and be your authentic self.
You are ready and able to do beautiful things in this world. And after you walk through those doors today, you will only ever have two choices: love or fear. Choose love, and don't ever let fear turn you against your playful heart.
I swear to God, I turned the radio on when I got in the car, and I thought, I wonder what the song is going to be when I roll up on Steve. And it was All You Need Is Love, man. How good is that?
Why not take a chance on faith as well? Not religion, but faith. Not hope, but faith. I don't believe in hope. Hope is a beggar. Hope walks through the fire, and faith leaps over it.
I wonder if I could do that with other people. I wonder what would happen if I decided to just be Jesus.
I am willing to lose everything to express that side of myself. I'm willing to give it all up.
Car je suis le grand tout, et même si on l'oublie beaucoup, l'amour n'est pas éloigné de nous. Éden est à l'intérieur de tout. Je m'aime car je suis le grand tout, et même si on l'oublie beaucoup, l'amour n'est pas éloigné de nous. Éden est à l'intérieur de tout. Car je suis le grand tout, et même si on l'oublie beaucoup, l'amour n'est pas éloigné de nous. Éden est à l'intérieur de tout. Je m'aime car je suis le grand tout, et même si on l'oublie beaucoup, l'amour n'est pas éloigné de nous. Éden est à l'intérieur de tout. Je m'aime car je suis le grand tout, et même si on l'oublie beaucoup, l'amour n'est pas éloigné de nous. Éden est à l'intérieur de tout. Je m'aime car je suis le grand tout, et même si on l'oublie beaucoup, l'amour n'est pas éloigné de nous. Éden est à l'intérieur de tout. si on l'oublie beaucoup.